Friday.
Okay. Hi. Today's the Friday,
The
the
24th.
24th, 2014. Drew Margolis and me, Tory. And we're here tonight. We decided we'd just cruise down L. Ron Hubbard Way and see if they were doing anything. We knew that they had the IAS event in London at St. Hill recently. I mean, I think last weekend. So we thought, all right, let's check and see if they're doing anything here. We've kind of gone by last weekend and seen something. So we thought, I think they are. So sure enough, we walked down and oh my God, we've got some photographs for you. I mean, they are definitely doing the event. We definitely got there at a great time.
At a great time because they're setting up.
Yeah, they're setting up. We've got photographs of it to show you. And it was just very fun. It was very interesting, and it's the 30th anniversary of IAS, which for a lot of people who don't know, when IAS founded, I got in Scientology in 1969. Then they said you had to be a HASI member, which was a Hubbard Association of Scientology International, and I forget, it was $500, but you were a lifetime member. So I paid for it. Everyone I knew was a lifetime member of HASI membership. Now, Miscavige takes over and goes, okay, that's it. Everybody has to join the IAS. So all of us who were HASI members went over and said, bullshit. Where's that in writing? They didn't have anything in writing from Hubbard. It was just out of David Miscavige's ass that, everyone has to be IAS. And you literally cannot do a service or anything in Scientology unless you become an IAS member, except buy a book. They'll let you buy a book, right?
I'd take your word on it.
That's true. He was never in. So.
I have to take your word on it.
But you've been around.
They'll let you buy a Dietetics book.
Yeah, exactly. You can buy a book.
You get a book.
Book.
Book number 2 is IAS member.
Which isn't a book.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to show them the video?
Yes, we'll show them the video.
All right, so we'll show them the video. Okay, so one other thing, Drew has something to say about Otto, who was the security guard following us around in the video.
Odo, we forgot his name.
We forgot his name, and he kept pointing that out.
Yeah, but it's like the guy doesn't really. I mean, he's like a jack in the box. He's in his little box until they turn the crank and he pops out to talk to us, and that's it.
That's all he does. That's all he ever does.
So it's like I don't know.
And he lies. He won't tell the truth. He won't tell us. He can't communicate. So,
it's significant.
And Drew has a video of him from 2008 that he may somehow slip in. It's where Otto's filming Drew, and Drew's filming him, and Otto walks into a pole.
Yeah, from 2008. So it was 6 years later.
And he pulled it up tonight to show
Hasn't
him.
changed.
He hadn't changed at all. Okay. So the last thing was that we went down Hollywood Boulevard, and just to see if they had out the testing center, the testing, the free. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to tell that. When we first walked up, these people from these Sea Org guys walked up to us and said, "Hi, would you like a free personality test?" And I took one, and I said, "Would you like to know how many times I've done this test?" And she said, "Yeah, how many times?" And I said, "Probably about 200-300 times. I'm OT7. I'm a grad 5 auditor. I'm a flag trained and intern from flag as far as a security checker. I was in the Sea Org. I was on staff. I went through this whole thing, and they listened to all of it." And she goes, "Was?" And I said, "Well, I got in at 22 and I escaped out at 53. And you'll probably hear some awful things about. She said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Tory Crispin." And she said, and I said, "And you'll probably hear some awful things about me, but I'd like you to realize I don't care. You don't have to believe me. All I'm suggesting is both of you look at both sides." Now, one guy was really young,
Mm-hmm.
and she was quite a bit older. And so, tell them what I said.
You're not, you won't get out, but you might. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
I looked at him and I said, "You're young enough. You might be able to hear this." And I looked at her and I said, "You won't." And as soon as I said that, she did kind of look like, "Well, wait a minute, why me? You know, why won't I?" And I said, "Because you've been in too long. You know, I know you guys. You never leave," which isn't true because a lot of them leave. But anyway, they listened to a lot of what I had to say. And we have it on video, but the sound was really bad because it was right on Sunset Boulevard. So we're not going to put that in the video. But at the end, okay, so now we've got the personality test deal, right? And we go down Hollywood Boulevard, and there they are on Hollywood Boulevard saying, "Free personality test. We'd like to do a free personality test." And Drew stops and says, "Why don't you get out?" So I get out and I think, okay, what am I going to say? Bonus round. So I say, first of all, this lady comes up to me, a Scientologist, and goes, "Oh my God, I hope that guy doesn't come over here again." And I said, "Who?" And she points out some guy that's on the street that's apparently been bugging them. And I said, "Well, why don't you call the cops if you need to?" And she goes, "Well, I think it's okay. He moved on." And I said, well, you know, I'd like to ask you, because she said, "Would you like to do a free personality test?" And I said, "You don't want to know how many of those I've done?" And I get into it again, telling her I've been in it, OT7, I escaped out, no. And she goes, "Well, you said was." And I said, "Yeah, was. I escaped out. I'm out. I'm free. I'm happy." And I said, "And I recommend that you guys find out both sides." And she said, "Well, just look at the state of the planet. That's all you have to do." So I walked away and I thought about it. And I thought, I went back to her and I said, "You know, that's exactly the point. Look at the state of the planet. It's completely awful. And you have done nothing. Scientology has done nothing to help anyone, mankind, kids, parents, you know, Narcanon, Criminon, Way to Happiness. None of that has helped people. Not at all. And they all have the same thing to say. I'm happy with it, so that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
No, it isn't. Not until you find out both sides. And I told this young girl that. And I said, you really need to look at both sides and find out the facts on both sides, and then you can compare it. Otherwise, you have your head stuck in the sand, right? And she's kind of listening to me. And then the other girl comes over and she goes, "You're really 1-1." And I said, "You know, you have an MU on the tone scale." Because no, I'm not 1-1. I'm overt. I'm not covert. I'm telling you, you're fucked. And so now I'm getting kind of ticked off. And these people are walking by and she's going, "Free personality test."
Oh, yeah.
She's going, "Free personality test." And I'm going, "It's not free. It costs lots of money. Don't get it." That's Drew's phone, I think.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Updates and whatnot.
All right. So then another lady they were trying to sell a Dianetics book to, and I said, "Don't buy it. I did it for 30 years. It's a total con. It doesn't work." So she got up and left, and he started saying shit about me to her. And I said, "And you got to ask yourself, why does this guy have to say nasty stuff about me just because I'm saying don't buy that book? If the book worked, why do you have to say stuff about me? Who cares? Right?
Right. Who cares?
Who cares?
Wouldn't matter.
But because it doesn't work, they have to really pitch the black PR, how awful I am, and don't listen to her, and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, it finally ended with Drew pulls up in his car, which he's, redoing and fixing up. And so what does she say? "Oh, nice car." And I said, "That's right. And you can sit and natter about it all night long." And natter is negative chatter, which L. Ron Hubbard said, if you're nattering, that means you have overts or bad, evil deeds. So that have been missed. So there you go. Proof.
Proof positive.
Proof positive. So anyway, it was a very adventurous night. We had a lot of fun, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We really did. It was cool.
It was
way better than going to the event. Because at the event, they got the big green bushes up, and we wouldn't have been able to see half the stuff we're going to be able to show you. So there you go. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, I certainly did.
All right. Peace out.